Morning! Happy September! Even though it's already the 8th of September and we're a quarter of the way through it. Um, oh, it's so lovely to be back. I hope I've just gone live, I think. Who knows? I do this every single time. Um, Happy September. We're a quarter of the way through September already, which is terrifying. But my kids went back to school today. Jade's kids, who is here, by the way. Hi, Jade. Jade's kids went back to school today. And I can't wait to finish this live and then actually talk to Jade. I haven't seen her the whole 6-week holiday, which is insane. We live 2 villages away. And catch up and look at all of my plans for going forward. So I hope you've had a brilliant summer. What have you been up to? Let me know if you're in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, let me know. So because we're running Biz Boot Camp, so on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm doing 2 live 90-minute sessions that are all about like getting your business in order. It's all about a bit of a back to basics. It's about starting fresh. So because we're running that, and Jade, will you put the link in? So if you've not registered for that and you want to join, the link will appear in here somewhere. So we thought we'd do a bit of a business checklist kind of thing for our live today. And a few people have asked about this, and I will look at creating something more formal or something at some point. But there's a few things, and we've split it up into sections of stuff that can help you with your business. And September is a really lovely time to start. It has that kind of New Year energy. Some people really, really dislike it, and that's okay. Like, treat it however you need to treat it. But I love September and I love New Year. Even though this year's the one I've been the most sad about my kids going back, because we've had just a lovely, lovely summer. We've done so much stuff, and they're older now, so I ain't had to entertain them like 24/7 like I had to when my kids were Jade's age. So yeah, I've had a great time. Jade's kids' age, not Jade's age. Not 38-year-old children. Are you 38? Yeah. Yeah, you are. That's just painful. Okay, so our business checklist. So the first section that we've kind of covered on this is foundations. So 4 things in here. Jade, will you just monitor comments? Because if there are any, I can't see any on here anymore for some reason. So have you got a clear offer? And by that, and we're going back to looking at some of this today, like honestly, we'll look through this checklist today. Do you know exactly what you sell, who it's for, and the result that they get? Are you selling the results? This is so important. Like, why would people want to buy your stuff? Number 2, have you got simple pricing, or have you got 17 confusing packages? People don't know how to work with you. There's no clear way to buy. Again, that is something I am 100% looking at right now, is making sure my offer is really, really clear, and the offer is changing, I think. So yeah, is it easy for them to buy? Is the offer clear? And is the pricing simple? Do you even show pricing? And that's a contentious issue that we argue about a lot of the time. Is I think it's really important to show pricing if you're pitching to direct consumers or really, really micro small businesses. If you're working with corporates, etc., it's okay to put from. But I always feel like it's, to be congruent, you need to put some idea of your pricing. And also it's good for you because you want people to self-select. So if you're out of their price range, you want them to know that before they start asking you a million questions. You want people to know if they can work with you or not. The third thing on foundations, I have fingers like this, legal basics. So are you set up to run your business legally and properly? So if you are a limited company, that comes with a whole host of stuff. But even if you're a sole trader, have you registered with HMRC if you've earned over your £1,000? Have you got contracts and T's and C's in place so that if somebody wants to return something, doesn't like something, that you're covered and that you know where you stand and that it's easier to implement this stuff? We've just had this with one of our members recently about somebody wanting to offset a gift voucher that they bought a year ago against a treat that they bought for their sister a year ago against a treatment that they just had. But the gift vouchers expire after 6 months, and she had T's and C's in place to be able to go back and kind of say this. So have you got something in place? And I want to say here, get it done, not perfect. But if you want to get it absolutely perfect, and this again depends on the size of your business and who you're working with, we've got a fabulous solicitor in the group who is offering, I won't say contract checks, I don't really know how she phrased it to us, but a look at your terms and conditions or a document of your choosing to make sure that it's legally enforceable. So that's really cool. So we've got someone in the group. If you want to tag Sangria, Jade, if she's in here, because she's got an offer on for small businesses right now. And then the fourth one is money setup. So have you got a separate business bank account, a basic bookkeeping system? Keeping your money separate helps you understand it, it helps you track it, it helps make it so much more easy when it comes to tax return time. If you're a limited company, we're in a different ball game anyway, you need an accountant. Otherwise there is a basic spreadsheet already in the group for you, in the members club, but keeping your money separate is a really important part of your foundations for running your business well. So foundations, clear offer, simple pricing, legal basics, money setup. Okay, first bit of your checklist. Second bit of your checklist is marketing. So again, I've got 4 in here. So have you got, I've called it a door in. Is there a way, so if you had a shop, people come in the shop and buy something, is there an easy way for people to find you and to buy from you? So do you regularly go to networking events so people know that you're there? Are you consistent on social so people know that you're there and know how to buy from you? Are you getting referrals in from other customers? But is there a clear door in for people to be able to work with you? And then on the back of that, and I sort of touched on it just now, is a visibility habit. How are you making sure that you are either creating consistent content or outreaching consistently? So actively going to talk to people, and again, whether that's online or in person, how are you actively making sure that you speak to new people, and then having some sort of system for following them up? Like, how are you doing this visibility so people remember you? I still have so much trouble because I do so many things, which is not recommended, and we're working on it. Like, people don't know we build websites. That's a huge part of our business now, but lots of people still don't know we do that because they know we do networking events, for example. So how are you making sure you're visible with all of the stuff that you're doing? And then the third bit under marketing is a reason to stay. So why would people stay on your newsletter list? Once they've downloaded the freebie, how are you consistently giving them value so that they don't drift off? So what reason to stay are you giving people? And then the last one on marketing is proof, social proof. So testimonials, case studies, sprinkled in your content on your website. Like, where are you telling people about how other people have experienced working with you? So under marketing, we've got your door in, how can they get in? Visibility habit, reason to stay, and then proof. What's your proof for why people would want to work with you? We love recommendations, so are we sharing them, utilizing them? Okay, next one is sales. So I've got 3 under sales because sales is so simple, but we kind of stop. We do a bit of marketing and then we don't do sales, and we hope that people come to us for sales. So really similar one to the door in, but with sales, is there a clear next step? So for everything you are doing, is there a clear next step? Do you say, do you want to get on a call and have a chat about this? Do you say the link to buy is here? Do you say I'm running a boot camp on Wednesday and Thursday, and here's the link for it? Is there a clear next step? Is it obvious how someone can buy from you? The next one is finding a simple system, and this varies wildly for everyone, and believe me, I spend a lot of time looking at systems. Jade's gonna be in tears later because I've created something kind of new that fills another gap, but then I'm trying to make sure it fills all the gaps. You don't have to go that far. Is there a booking link? Do you want people to be able to book online with you? Something I had for a while and then stopped because my calendar's too chaotic. and that's okay. I don't want to try and, I'd rather manage my own diary. But is there a booking link? Is there a checkout they can buy without talking to you? Have you got an invoice or a proposal template ready to go that is really quick and easy to send out? So have you got some sort of simple system in place for your sales? One thing I often do is I sell and agree the thing, and then it can be freaking days before I send an invoice, and like, that's no use to anybody, me included, certainly not to the customer. So is there a better system to make sure that invoice goes the second you've agreed the sale, basically? Okay, and then the third bit of sales is follow up. Like, do you check back with people who showed interest but who didn't buy? Do you build relationships? Do you know who are leads in your system? And how do you turn them into prospects and customers? It's that whole, how are they going through your customer journey? Do you do a follow-up with them? Okay? Next one, your sales checklist, clear next step, yeah? Simple system and follow-up. Alright? This is a long one today. Mindset and, we'll say CEO habits, but like owner of your business habits. A really important thing to do is to have some weekly CEO time, whatever you want to call it, where you look at your business, you review your money, you review your goals, review is really hard to say, and you review your priorities. You look at, am I achieving the stuff I want to achieve? If you set a plan out and you're not looking at whether you're like hitting your targets, what's the point of the plan in the first place? So try and set yourself an hour a week where you do CEO time, where you look at your business in its entirety. Switch your emails off, don't get sucked into anything else, really look at, I said I was going to do this, this is where I'm at, what else do I need to change, what do I need to implement, what do I need to stop doing, and really have a look at that. Money mindset work, it's a really important one, especially for loads of the people that I work with, loads of them. Spot the stories you're telling yourself around money. Like, a huge one is people aren't buying right now. Like, bullshit. Absolutely not true. Lots of people are still spending lots of money. I'm not saying it's not harder than it was, but it's the story you're telling yourself is not the truth. There are plenty of people spending lots of money. So spot your stories, change them, go after a different audience if that's necessary. If you suddenly realise that this one isn't giving you what you need, see what you can change, see how you can diversify a little bit, but act like the boss version of you. Money mindset stories block so many of my clients. Yeah. Boundaries, really important. You will notice today, if you're in my pro members club, I forgot to send out the email last night. Jade's just done it this morning for me. It was ready, it was sat there in drafts, I just needed to check over it, and then it was a weekend and I should have done it on Friday. I didn't get around to it, and then it was a cross between I forgot and I'm trying not to work as much on a weekend, and by the time I did remember, it was about 7 o'clock at night. I was in the middle of watching NFL, and that was, my boundaries were way more important. So can you start looking at some clearer work hours, some client communication rules, some actual rest time where it's alright to not be disturbed? On, what was that last night as well? What night was the England match on? Whatever night the England match was on. I genuinely don't know if that was Saturday or yesterday. Saturday night. Finn goes to a performance club and he wants to stop, and I'm gutted and blah blah blah. Anyway, so I was speaking to Jess, who owns the club, who I love. I've got a great relationship with Jess, I've known her a long time, and she said, can I call you? And I was like, no, I'm watching England match, I'm about to have my tea. And before I would have absolutely said yes, because it's stuff that needs sorting, but that guarding my rest time, and this weren't even a business thing, but guarding my downtime is really, really important. And she laughed and she said, I'm obviously in my full business owner mode, which I would be if I was doing the opposite, if I was on that side. And it's just that knowing that it's alright to say no, perfectly alright to say no. So yeah, rest time is as important in your boundaries. And then the fourth one in this is learning. So what one piece of skill or knowledge can you actively develop? I'll tell you this first. Jade's about to go on a course that she doesn't know about yet. It's online, so she might not kill me too much. But you should see a little face. Swearing under her breath. I think you'll love it. It's online, you don't got to go anywhere. Would be really funny if I sent her off somewhere then. But what are we actively developing? How are we actively keeping our knowledge building, keeping growing and keeping up with what's going on out there right now? So the stuff around learning and constantly growing is really, really important. So for mindset and CEO stuff, I want weekly CEO time, get it in your calendar. Money mindset work, notice when you're telling yourself stories. Boundaries, massive, changes everything. And learning, what are you learning? I can't see my stupid bits of hair and the horrible hair. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about is customer experience. It really matters. It matters so, so much. So what I said about my clients often don't get an invoice even though I've agreed the sale, can we get some sort of smooth onboarding process? And onboarding sounds so formal, but clients know so that clients know exactly what happens after they say yes. What is next for them? How do you take them on to the next stage? So finding a smooth onboarding process. And if you sell products, it's still the same. It's like once they've bought the product, how do they know what is next? And just laying out those expectations. So even though they don't have to do anything, what can they expect next? Second one is clear communication. How and when can they contact you? And this one becomes a bit of a nightmare the more you like your clients and the better relationships you build with your clients, because I have messages coming in on every possible platform, and so frequently I don't know where you messaged me because I saw it come up, I was busy, and then I'm like, I know I've got a message, but it could be through Facebook on my business page, Instagram, Facebook Messenger personally, WhatsApp, email, a zillion different ways. I have one client who texts. I didn't think anyone still used text, but she does. I won't answer the phone if you ring. I'll look at it ringing in horror. Can you get a clear way for clients to contact you and a good boundaries, I guess, around when they can expect you to contact them back? Is there something you can implement that's better than what you are doing now? And then the last one on this is the offboarding. So when they finish their transaction with you and the next step. So do you invite them into the next offer? Do you ask for a referral? Do you ask for a testimonial? Is there a smooth end to the process with a customer? Because a lot of the time it's just they bought something, you deliver it, and that's kind of it. It stops there. There's no kind of like gentle nurturing off of there and keeping them in your system if that's what's necessary. Okay, feel free to add more to that list. However, I'd like you to just listen through this, write down the things that we've talked about and see which ones of those you can start looking at as part of creating a more smooth, a more enjoyable business for you to run. Alright, so I think I'm back next week. I am, but it's late, but it's not even at the time we've said. Jade, can we move it to 1 please, because I've now got a flipping hospital injection, which is a pain in the butt. So I'm back next Monday at 1. If you are coming to our networking session, that's next Monday morning at 9:30 at Whitwell. We've got one today that's just started over in Nottingham that Cheryl's running. Otherwise, huge welcome back if you've been off. Know that it's all in your control and you can start running your business in a way that makes you happier. If you've not registered for Business Bootcamp, really, really do. I'll be putting out quite a few more posts today to make sure you understand what it's about and who it's actually for. There will be replays if you can't make the times that I'm running it, but joining in live is just nice because you can ask the stuff that you wanted to ask. Alright, have a lovely, lovely week, and I will see you next Monday. Thanks, ladies.